Have you ever wondered how we, Homo sapiens, ended up on every single continent on Earth? It wasn't by plane or boat, at least not at first. This is the story of the greatest journey ever told, our prehistoric odyssey out of Africa and across the entire globe. It all begins around 200,000 years ago in the heart of Africa. For tens of thousands of years, this was our home. But something changed. Maybe it was the climate. Maybe it was a growing population, or maybe it was just our innate human curiosity. Around 60,000 to 70,000 years ago, a small group of our ancestors made a pivotal decision. They walked out of Africa. Their first steps likely took them across the Sinai Peninsula, or perhaps over a then narrower strait into the Arabian Peninsula. Imagine that world. It wasn't a barren desert like today. It was a green, lush landscape, crisscrossed by rivers, teeming with game. These early pioneers were master survivors, skilled hunters and gatherers following the herds and the seasons. From the Middle East, our family tree began to branch out dramatically. One group headed east, hugging the coastlines of India and Southeast Asia. Why the coast? It was a reliable supermarket. Rich with shellfish, fish, and birds, the coast provided a consistent food source. These coastal trailblazers moved surprisingly fast. Archaeological evidence suggests they reached Australia by about 50,000 years ago. Think about that for a second. To get to Australia, they had to make sea crossings, navigating from island to island. This wasn't just a walk in the park. This was the world's first great maritime adventure, using primitive rafts or boats to cross open water. Meanwhile, another group pushed northward from the Middle East into the vast expanse of Eurasia. Here, they weren't alone. They met our ancient cousins, the Neanderthals and the Denisovans, who had left Africa much earlier. For thousands of years, we shared the landscape, and yes, we even interbred. In fact, many of us today carry a small percentage of Neanderthal or Denisovan DNA, genetic echo of these ancient encounters. As our ancestors spread across Europe and Asia, they faced incredible challenges. Ice ages came and went, forcing them to adapt or perish. They developed new tools like sophisticated stone blades and bone needles to sew warm, tailored clothing from animal hides. They mastered fire not just for warmth and cooking, but as a tool to shape their environment. They created breathtaking cave art, leaving behind a record of their world, their beliefs, and their lives. These weren't primitive brutes. They were intelligent, creative, and resilient people, just like us. The final frontier was the Americas. For a long time, massive ice sheets blocked the way. But as the last ice age began to wane, a path opened up. Around 20,000 years ago, hunters from Siberia followed herds of mammoths and bison across a land bridge called Beringia, which connected Asia and Alaska. From there, they spread south, populating North and South America with astonishing speed, adapting to every environment from frozen tundras to dense rainforests. Within just a few thousand years, humans had reached the very tip of South America, completing our species' global colonization. From a small group of adventurers leaving Africa to a global population of billions, our story is one of movement, adaptation, and incredible perseverance. Every step our ancestors took across those ancient landscapes, every river they crossed, and every mountain they climbed led to us here today. It's a journey that's literally in our DNA. Thanks for joining me on this incredible trip back in time. If you enjoyed this journey through human history, make sure to like this video and subscribe for more stories about our amazing past. See you next time.